What's up, Andy's leaders and all listeners? This is Travis. I am so thankful you are here. Welcome back to the Custard Campus Podcast, the show where leadership, growth, and our world-famous frozen custard come together. Today, we're talking about hay season. This isn't going to be all about farming, but the overall point gets its roots from it, because there's an old saying that I love: make hay while the sun shines. That means when the conditions are right, you work. When the opportunity is in front of you, you move. When the season is here, you don't wish it away. You do not sleep through it. You do not act surprised by it. You get after it. I love that. At Andy's, peak season is hay season. This is the time when customers are out, families are moving, kids are out of school, teams are busy, lines are long, stores are alive. I felt it this last weekend. It was awesome. The sun is shining, sometimes literally right through our big glass box. And we have a chance to create a lot of success. But first, you know it, today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Custard Campus, the place where learning, leadership, and getting better all live together. Peak season is not the time to guess. It is the time to use our tools. You want consistency? Get on campus. You want your team trained, confident, and ready? Get them on campus. You want to keep the standard high when the volume gets high? Use your tools. Campus is here to help us win hay season. Thank you, Custard Campus, for your support. Now back to the podcast. So, hay season. This idea matters because peak season can be one of the most exciting times in our business. It can also be one of the most dangerous. Not dangerous because it's bad, but dangerous because success can hide problems. When sales are strong, we can start to think everything is fine. When the line is long, we can assume the brand is healthy. When the team is moving fast, we can miss the signs of burnout. When customers just keep showing up, we can relax expectations. When we are winning, we can become complacent. That is why leaders have to keep their eyes up. You know, when you're baling hay, you cannot only look down at the work in front of you. You have to see the field. You have to see the equipment, hear it. You have to see the weather, understand it. You have to look at the people around you. You have to know when the sun is helping you or when the storm is coming. I baled hay growing up. I didn't like it much back then, but I look back on it quite fondly. It was hard work, but it was rewarding work. You know, to see a field cut, baled, loaded, unloaded, and then use that same hay in the winter to feed the herd was more impactful on my life than I definitely would have imagined it would be back when I was doing it. That work actually made other work seem so easy. It was hard. All constant movement, hot sun, all kinds of critters, but it meant something. And it was necessary. You know what? I loved lunchtime. You know, we'd get up early, start baling hay before it got too hot. But once lunchtime rolled around, it was awesome. I always look forward to it. Just jumping in the creek to cool off, hearing everyone share stories. You know, I was younger at the time, so this was a big part of me growing up. And you know what? It fits in a lot of what is going on at our stores. A lot of leadership is at work. My perspective has changed as I can think about how those more seasoned guys and what they were doing and what they had to keep an eye on. You know, what they had to push, but also protect. How they had to get the job done so the field could keep growing. Work hard when the sun is shining, but keep your eyes up while you do it. Because peak season is not just about getting through today. It's about building something that lasts. We're in our 40th year. That is amazing. 40 years of Custard, 40 years of customers, 40 years of stories, leaders, crew members, families, memories, and dreams coming true. But here's the leadership mindset. We are not only celebrating 40, We are preparing for many more seasons to come. That means we cannot treat hay season like a short sprint where everyone gives everything and then it all just collapses. We have to treat it like a season of opportunity, a season where we take advantage of the demand in front of us while protecting the people, the product, and the future. Let's bring data into it. Gallup's most recent global workplace research shows that employee engagement is still under pressure. Globally, engagement fell to 20% in 2025, and manager engagement dropped to 22%. That matters because managers carry the rhythm of the team. If the manager is drained, unclear, or disengaged, the team's going to feel it and most likely repeat it. But here's the hope in the data. Gallup also found that best practice organizations had 79% manager engagement. That is almost 4 times the global average. So declining engagement is not automatic. It's not just the way it is. Listen, great organizations still build environments where leaders are fired up, ready to do the job, connected, and ready to lead. And here's another cheat code. Recognition works. This is what Gallup is finding. Gallup and WorkHuman found that well-recognized employees are 45% less likely to have turned over in the last 2 years. And they were also 65% less likely to be actively looking or watching Indeed for another job opportunity. That's what appreciation can give you. Let me say that in our language. Appreciation is not just nice. Appreciation is a business strategy. Appreciation is a cheat code. You've heard me say that before. So during hay season, appreciation keeps motivation high. It tells the team, yo, I see you. It tells the shift leader, nice job. That rush mattered. It tells the person at the window, your energy is helping us win. It tells the person making cones, that standard matters. It tells the closer, you did not just clean. You set us up for success for tomorrow. When people feel seen, they give more. When people feel valued, they stay longer. When people feel appreciated, they can push through hard seasons with more pride. You know what? And if you knew me and as you get to know me, I love doing this with food. I love food. Before big holiday weekends, I love cooking hundreds of burgers, chicken, hot dogs for the team. We work hard, but we eat like kings and queens. It's not fancy. It doesn't have to be, but it's a signal. It always says, hey, this weekend matters. It also says, you matter. And it said, hey, we're going to work hard, but we're going to do this together. That's building culture. And speaking of holiday weekends, let's take this into another industry. How about the retail industry? Think about holiday shopping. Oh my goodness. The retail sector has a massive push where the entire year can be affected on how well they perform in a short window of time. The National Retail Federation projected that 2025 holiday season would top $1 trillion for the first time. That's a hay season. Retail leaders do not walk into November, December casually. The good ones plan staffing, inventory, communication, customer flow, schedules, promotions, training, and recovery. They know the season is coming. They prepare for lines out the door. Think about any important event that you might have been a part of. Maybe a party you were going to host. How much time and effort did you put into planning, communicating, thinking about the schedule, and your vision of what you wanted it to be? I've done this many times. Once, I catered a meal for 3,000 people who were attending a popular music artist concert. It was a lot of fun, but a lot of pressure. So much went into it, and there was a choice to be had. So we chose to prepare. We wanted to see a vision of success. Even with weeks of planning, okay, I still remember that dang chocolate fountain that just would not work. But overall, there were wow moments. And having the artist team, the venue ownership, and many other praise us was so rewarding. That is the same mindset we need to have. Peak season is not something happening to us. It's something we get ready for. Now, let's talk shop. High-performing hospitality leaders around the world do a few things really well during busy seasons. First, they forecast before they feel it. They do not wait until the rush is already on top of them. They look at weather. They look at events. They look at school calendars, promotions, last year, last week. They look at what is happening in the community. At Andy's, pay attention to the weather, literally and figuratively. Literally, because weather changes everything, right? A sunny night can turn into a huge night. A storm can shift traffic. Heat can push guests out later. A holiday weekend can change normal patterns. You have to watch it. Figuratively, because the emotional weather in your store matters too. Is the team getting tired? Are expectations getting loose? Are people starting to cut corners? Are you getting short? Are we still having fun? Are we saying thank you? Are we protecting the product? Oh my gosh, there's so much we have to protect. So our emotional weather matters. Leaders pay attention to both forecasts. Second, high-performing hospitality leaders like yourself staff for the moment, not for the spreadsheet alone. Yes, labor matters. Profit is one of our values. We are a business. We need to grow profit, to invest, to open more stores, to create more opportunities to help your dreams come true. Profit is not created by starving the shift. Profit is created by putting the right people in the right place at the right time, then leading them well. A busy night with poor staffing can cost you more than labor. It can cost you customer experience. It can cost you morale, loyalty, product quality, and future visits. Hay season means a lot. Let's treat it that way. Third, they simplify the standard. During peak season, your team does not need 47 priorities. They need clarity and what matters tonight. Great custard, strong crew, happy customers. That's it. That's the game. Do not overcomplicate the message. Go to your go meetings. Keep it simple. Tonight, we're going to protect the product, protect each other, and make sure every customer feels we are glad they came. That's it. Full leadership plan in one sentence. Keep it simple. Fourth, they inspect without becoming negative. Peak season is not the time to relax expectations. It is time to make expectations clear. But leaders have to be careful. There's a difference between protecting the standard and draining the room. You can expect cones, weights, cleanliness, drive time friendliness, line movement, and product quality without making the team feel like they're failing every 5 minutes. Your tone's going to matter. Try this. Hey, we're doing a lot right. Now let's tighten this one thing. That sentence can save a shift. Fifth, they communicate one-on-ones more, not less. When things get busy, it's easy to stop talking to people. We tell ourselves there's no time, but that is when we need it most. A quick one-on-one during hay season can be like 2 minutes. How are you holding up? What do you need tonight? Anything going on I should know? What is one thing making this shift harder than it needs to be? Who deserves a shout out? Those quick questions give you real-time information. They help you see the future. They help you catch burnout before it turns into attitude. They help you catch frustration before it turns into turnover. They help you know what is actually happening in your store, not just what you hope is happening. Sixth, great leaders set the example. This one is huge. The team sees everything. They see if you're keeping up night after night. They see if you jump in. They see if you stay calm. They see if you protect the standard. They see if you thank people. They see if you're all talk. They see if you're tired and still choosing leadership. I know you're going to. Setting the example goes a long way. But let me add this on the other side of that. Take care of yourself. Peak season is not an excuse to destroy your body and mind. It's a reason to be more intentional. My schedule always changes during peak season. I have to make sure my body and mind are ready for it. That means I might be sleeping differently, eating differently, working out differently, planning recovery differently, blocking time differently, having better routines before the rush and after the close. You cannot lead hay season on fumes forever. You can push hard. You should push hard, but you also have to recover on purpose. That connects to the last episode if you haven't listened to it, all about time off. Rest is not the opposite of ambition. Rest is a part of ambition. Peak season leaders need energy, physical energy, mental energy, emotional energy, creative energy, leadership energy. All right, real quick, let's bring in the 3 C's. Custard. Hay season is when product standards either shine or slide. When volume increases, the product cannot become an afterthought. We cannot let speed become an excuse for sloppy. We cannot let a long line become the reason we stop checking the details. This is where we always have to practice, always be checking. Taste the custard, watch the texture, check weights, keep stations clean, make sure cones are fresh, make sure cups are clean, make sure handoffs still look like hospitality, not just a moment. Peak season is when more guests get to experience us. That means more first-time impressions, more repeat visits, more chances to build fans, more chances to create memories. So protect the custard. Hay season only works if the product is worth the work. All right, crew. Hay season is won through people. Appreciation is the cheat code here, so use it constantly. Thank people specifically. Celebrate the rush after it happens. Call out crew members who stayed calm. Call out the shift lead who made the right adjustment. Call out the person who cleaned before being asked. Call out the trainer who helped a new employee survive that first big night. Keep motivation high by making people feel seen. And also trust them. Be open, be transparent, lead your team, then trust your team. Tell them why the season matters. Tell them how the business works. Talk about profit. Talk about sales. Talk about labor. Talk about the customer experience. Talk about how a great peak season creates opportunity. It really works. People can handle more truth than we sometimes give them. When they understand the why, they are more likely to own the work. Last but not least, the customer. Hay season is not just about serving more people. It is about serving more people well. A busy line is not an interruption to the job. It is the job. The customer came to us for a reason. Maybe it's a tradition. Maybe it's summer night, after a ball game, a hard day. Maybe it's start to family memory. Maybe it's their first time at Andy's. Peak season gives us more chances to make someone's day. But the customer can feel when the team is stressed. They can feel when the leader is tense. They can feel when the store is just trying to survive them instead of serving them. So keep the hospitality alive. Smile. Thank them. Move with urgency. Communicate. Make it right. Present the treat with pride. If you do that during hay season, we don't just capture sales. We capture loyalty. So here are the cheat codes for this episode. 1. Make hay while the sun shines. When the opportunity is here, work with purpose. 2. Keep your eyes up. Watch for burnout, relax expectations, and complacency before they become problems. 3. Appreciation is your cheat code. Recognize people specifically and often. 4. Set the example, but protect your energy. Peak season requires strong leaders, not exhausted heroes. 5. Communicate one-on-one. The faster the season moves, the more intentional our conversations need to become. 6. Watch the weather. Literal weather changes traffic. Figurative weather changes culture. 7. Treat profit like a value. Peak season matters because it creates growth, opportunity, and future success. So let me end on this. Hay season is an amazing time to grow. It is where leaders are built. It is where standards are tested, teams come together, future AGMs, GMs, trainers, and leaders are discovered, and memories are made for customers. It is where the business literally can take massive steps forward, but only if you lead it. So do not drift through peak season. Do not just survive it. Do not wish it away. Use it. Build your team, protect the product, serve the customer, watch the weather, celebrate wins, talk to your people, have fun, say thank you, set the pace, trust your team, and keep your eyes up. We're in our 40th year, and that is something to celebrate. But leaders do not only celebrate the past, leaders prepare for the future. There are many more seasons to come. So let's make hay while the sun shines. Let's win the season in a way that makes the next one even stronger. All right, a quick note for my consistent listeners. First, thank you very much. But I want everyone to know that this is hay season, and it's a good time to make this podcast a monthly drop. More time to implement those cheat codes into habit. Hit me up with any feedback, thoughts, or cheat codes you would like to discuss on this podcast, either yourself or I'm happy to bring it up. All right. My goal is that you learn something today and that you can use it to get closer to making your dreams come true. I'm here to serve everyone, not change anything, just support great leadership and decision making. Keep engaging and share the content. That's it for today. If you need anything, email me at travis@evandies.com. Here we go. Leadership is portion control for chaos. The right amount at the right time, every time. Go win the day.